The Red Sox try to take Game 2 of the series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, the Red Sox continue to play very good baseball. They've been scoring early in games, especially in the first 3 innings. We look back over the last 5 games, and that's where most of their production is coming from. 3 times in those last 5 games, the Red Sox have batted around in the first inning. They've scored 5 or more runs in the game's first 3 innings 4 times in the last 5. The highlights came Friday and Saturday when they scored 20 times and pounded out 34 hits. Boston has now scored 54 runs in the 3rd inning this season, the most they have in any inning. We welcome in Jerry Remy, and Jerry, for Dustin Pedroia, it's kind of a slow start over the last couple of days, but he has picked it up once again.
He has. You know, Dustin went into a slump and got the average down a little bit below 250, but he's been on fire lately, and especially over his last 5 games. Over the last 5 games, you see the numbers. He was sitting 248 before the streak. Now he's at 267. Also has 23 doubles, which ties him for the American League lead in that category. But, you know, Pedroia is the kind of guy, when he gets hot, and he says it, it's a laser show, and it really is. He's a guy that raises his average as quickly as I've ever seen of anybody in baseball. And even when he was in the slump, I thought he was swinging the bat pretty well. He wasn't striking out all that much. A little bit off balance maybe with his swing, but still making good, solid contact. Well, now that good, solid contact is dropping in for him again. To go along with the great offense that he's putting up right now, he's playing Gold Glove caliber second base, as he always does.
Red Sox try to keep it going tonight against the Diamondbacks. We're back with more right after this. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Well, tonight the Red Sox have to deal with Rodrigo Lopez, a gentleman they know a lot about. Of course, the former ace of the Baltimore Orioles, who started on a couple of opening days for the Orioles. Things went south in Baltimore. Now he's a member of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and at times has done well against Boston. We'd like to take a look at some of the numbers that he's had against the Red Sox over the years. For Lopez against Boston, it has either been a good season or a bad season. Last time he faced Boston was back in 2006. That That year he went 0-4 against Boston with an ERA over 8. He also had a 7.94 ERA against the Red Sox in 03. However, he does have a 4-0 season against Boston, which he did back in 2002, and a 3-1 season where he posted a 1.78 ERA against the Sox. His pitching coach, Mel Stottlemyre Jr., explains what his problems have been for the most part this year.
Well, he seems to get himself in one of the innings, and it seems to be later than sooner. When he's good, he's down in the zone. He obviously pitches to the corners and change speeds and all that, and occasionally he'll come back up and gets himself hurt, and sometimes has a hard time minimizing damage.
Red Sox and Diamondbacks from Fenway Park, and with more on tonight's game, here's Heidi Watney.
Don, Arizona manager A.J. Hinch has been in the hot seat the last couple of weeks, and this is his first full season at the helm. He was named Arizona's manager in May of last year, but the team has not performed very well this season, particularly on the road where they have lost 11 straight. Even so, he says he enjoys baseball at Fenway Park.
I have a lot of memories here. I mean, I had my first big league homer here as a member of the A's, and then, when you come in here as an opponent, it's a great home field advantage for the Red Sox, but I think athletes thrive on that, and in being the opponent here and trying to quiet the crowd, quiet the critics, and beat a good team. The Red Sox are always challenging, and they it's fun to play in this environment. There's a buzz in this ballpark that it's a great historic ballpark that's still standing, and if you don't love coming here to play baseball, then you don't have the right kind of baseball blood in you.
Now, those 11 straight road losses ties a franchise record for their worst road record, and it doesn't get any easier facing John Lester tonight. They're 9-23 on the road this season, which is tied with the Pirates for the worst in the National League. Don?
Thanks, Heidi. After the Red Sox took Game 1 of the series, we'll find out what happens in Game 2 coming your way next. Covered. The tarp was on the field for much of the afternoon here today, and batting practice was shortened as the Red Sox and Arizona Diamondbacks get ready for Game 2 of the series. Red Sox victorious here last night, and there are showers in the forecast tonight as the lights are on and the Red Sox take the field. As the Red Sox take the field on this junior announcer night from Fenway Park, here's the starting 9 for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Thanks, Don. for the Diamondbacks, the second baseman, Mr. Kelly Johnson. The shortstop, Tony Abreu. The third baseman, Mark Reynolds. At first base, Adam LaRoche. In center field, Mr. Chris Young. The DH, Miguel Montero. In right field, Justin Upton. In left field, Rusty Rail. In batting ninth, the catcher, Chris Snyder.
Well done, Jimmy Duffy. As on the mound tonight for the Red Sox is John Lester. His 14th appearance of the year, comes in at 7-2 with a 3.18 earned run average. It is the first time that he's ever faced the Arizona Diamondbacks. 209 opponent batting average, and last time out a no decision against the Cleveland Indians, part of the last road trip for the Red Sox, in which he went 6 innings, giving up 9 hits and 6 runs. He did strike out 8 and walked 1.
The Red Sox defense is 4th in the American League, 36 errors on the season. Adrian Beltre will be at third base, Marco Scudero the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Kevin Youkilis at first. Left to right, Daniel Nava, Mike Cameron, and J.D. Drew, and Victor Martinez doing the catching.
Umpiring crew, Jim Joyce has got the plate tonight, calling the balls and strikes, with Jim Wolf at first base. Darryl Cousins is at second base, and Marvin Hudson is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. We enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
It's time now for a look at the game notes, brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. But first, a look at the weather. 66 degrees here tonight at the ballpark, with a breeze out to left at 12 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation here at the ballpark tonight. We will postpone the game notes for now, as Kelly Johnson's ready to step in. Lester ready to work as the former Atlanta Brave, Kelly Johnson, leading it off for the Diamondbacks. And the first pitch of this one, a swing and a miss, strike one, and 1 underway. Kelly Johnson totes a .277 average, 13 home runs, 33 runs batted in.
There's only one player in the lineup tonight for Arizona that has faced John Lester, and that's Adam LaRoche, who is 0 for 2 against Lester.
Tried to hold up and did, according to Marvin Hudson, third base umpire. And it's 2-1. It's been well documented. The Diamondbacks coming in, losing 11 straight road games. As Lester falls behind now, 3-1. So it's been a tough go of it, especially on the road for them, but they begin tonight's action last in the National League West. They're 12 games back of the San Diego Padres. Lester gets the corner on the fastball, and it's a full count. Three-2 from Lester is in the air to shallow right center. Mike Cameron coming in from center field will put it away for out number 1. It's time now to take a look at the game notes, brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. John Lester is 4-0 in his last 5 starts here at Fenway Park, 27-6 in his career at home. Arizona now lost 11 straight road games. It equals a franchise record set in 2008. The Diamondbacks have struggled on the road, but not tonight's starter, Rodrigo Lopez, who's an ERA of 3.38 on the road, is more than 2 runs lower than his home earned run average in Arizona. 1 out here in the first inning, and brings up Tony Abreu. It's at 3-10, no homers, and 5 runs batted in. He takes strike 1. Abreu was 1 for 4 in the ballgame last night. His first game back since being reinstated. He's been on a rehab assignment on the disabled list with a left wrist sprain that he suffered back on May 23rd. And a tag play at second base. And back in there last night, had a base hit. Trained by Martinez, but his ball 1-1-2.
And that pitch didn't miss by very much. John Luster thought he had strike 3 on Abreu. And according to the Mika pitch zone, maybe he did.
Broken back grounder softly at Pedroia at second base. And there's 2 down in the first inning. So 2 down, and it brings up Mark Reynolds. A .218 average, 15 home runs, and 45 runs batted in. The home run total for Reynolds is good for second in the National League. He's only behind Corey Hart of the Milwaukee Brewers. As Reynolds has 15 home runs, Hart has 17. This Arizona team coming in as a club. They are 13th in batting average in the National League, hitting at .251 as a team under A.J. Hinch. Pitching has been the largest problem, a 5.45 earned run average last in the majors.
Well, they showed last night that they'll make you work as a pitcher. There's no doubt about that. They made Clay Buchholz work. But a lot of pitches early in the ball game against him.
Reynolds appeared to get hit by the pitch. Or did he foul it off himself? He heads down to first base. And apparently hit by the pitch, so a 2-out hit batsman.
Got to cut fastball going back down and in. It looks like it gets Reynolds right off the leg or the foot, one of the two. And it's hard to fake that kind of a response.
So 2 down, Reynolds at first base. Adam LaRoche in his return to Boston. Briefly a member of the Red Sox. 258, 9 home runs, and 42 runs batted in. He was 1 for 4 in the ballgame last night with a run batted in. As he takes strike 1 from Lester.
LaRoche right now on a 4-game hitting streak. Chris Young hitting behind him on a 6-game hitting streak.
For Lester, last time out at Cleveland, a 6-inning effort, giving up 6 runs. Prior to that, he had run off a string of 7 straight victories. That's in there for a strike. And it's 1-2 now to Adam LaRoche.
Back-to-back curveballs to LaRoche.
LaRoche has heated it up. I think they're going to check on Reynolds, who's gained a little bigger lead. And soft toss, and he's back easily to the bag at first. One-two pitch to LaRoche. By Pedroia on the back handsprings and throws him out. Nice play. It ends the top of the first inning. The Red Sox are coming up. Lopez on the mound tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Former Baltimore Oriole, making his 14th appearance of the year for the Diamondbacks. He's 2-5 with a 4.45 ERA. Well, it's hitting at 281 against the former Orioles ace. Lost last time out against the Cardinals, 7 innings, giving up 5 runs. And back in the lineup tonight for the Red Sox is Marco Scutaro.
Lopez has faced the Red Sox a ton of times. He has 10-9 in his career against Boston Red Sox teams.
21st start of his career against the Red Sox. Strike in there to Scutaro. He returns after having the shot in his neck. And last night off, Bill Hall got the start at shortstop. Marco back in there again tonight. Back in 2002, Rodrigo Lopez was 4-0 against the Red Sox in that season. Was a member of the Baltimore Orioles at the time. 1-2, foul down the right field line, out of play.
Marco Scutaro, as you look at the career numbers against the Red Sox, 26 games, 10 wins, 9 losses, 4.53 ERA.
Between the last time we saw him as a member of the Orioles, he had Tommy John surgery. The latter part of August of 2007. Scutaro lines it into center field, a base hit. It's junior announcer night here at Fenway Park. Here's the Red Sox starting 9.
Thanks, Don. Hi, I'm Sean Duffy of Canton, Massachusetts. Leading off for the Red Sox, the shortstop, Mr. Marco Scutaro. The second baseman, Dustin Pedroia. The DH, David Ortiz. At first base, Kevin Youkilis. The catcher, Mr. Victor Martinez. In right field, J.D. Drew. The third baseman, Adrian Beltre. In center field, Mr. Mike Camlin, and batting ninth in left field, Daniel Nava.
Great job, Sean. And the starting lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers. Marco Scutaro at first base, Dustin Pedroia the batter. A 1-0 from Rodrigo Lopez. We'll have to wait. Quick check on Scutaro. Pedroia at 267, 8 homers, and 32 runs batted in.
Well, Scutaro at that base hit, that he is now 7 for 10 in his career against Rodrigo Lopez. Extends a hitting streak to 5 straight games.
Well, Pedroia riding a 5-game hitting streak coming into tonight's action. A high throw and a check at first of Scutaro. During the 5-game hitting streak for Dustin, he's 10 for 20. Hitting at 500, 4 doubles, 4 RBIs. Last night, doubled for the 4th straight game. So I remember when he was really struggling in the early part of his career, the first, 2 months when he arrived in the big leagues, we read something that he had said in a newspaper saying that when I get hot, I really get hot.
Yeah, he did. Did he ever get hot?
And I remember you and I thinking, really, well, when is this going to happen? Well, it happened in a big way. Went on to win Rookie of the Year, then MVP the next year. And it's just a fact. When he gets hot, I mean, he really gets hot.
His average just climbs and climbs so quickly.
1-2 is fouled off. Yesterday, 2 for 3 in the game. Scored 3 runs. We highlighted off the top as part of our open tonight about the production the Red Sox have had early in games, especially over the last 5 games in the first 3 innings. And we're trying to repeat that pattern tonight. The 1-2 is driven to deep left for Pedroia. Back far, and that ball is gone. Up off the top and out of the yard. It's a 2-run shot for Dustin Pedroia. He is 9th. And the laser show is underway. It's 2-0 Sox.
That is the first time that Dustin Pedroia has faced Rodrigo Lopez, and he welcomes him with a 2-run home run. Number 9 on the season for Pedroia. They try to sneak that fastball by him inside. You can't sneak a 90-mile-an-hour fastball inside past Pedroia. He will clean it out.
So just like that, it is 2-0 Boston on top. Now David Ortiz, who hit a home run last night in the first inning, is he takes strike 1. The key matchup is brought to you by New England Acura dealers. David hitting .326 in his career against Rodrigo Lopez. 4 doubles, 2 triples. I'll remind you, during the 2010 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation. For every home run hit by the Red Sox, Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Even over the last 4 games after what was a very quiet road trip for him. Picking it up again at 444. 8 for 18 on the homestand. Lopez falling behind 3-1.
Lopez trying the changeup on the 2-1 count. Not close. Runs the count to 3-1. Now David can really narrow down his strike zone.
Ball 4, and he walks Ortiz. So Lopez still without an out here in the first inning. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. A single for Scudero to get it started. The 2-run home run by Dustin Pedroia. A walk for David Ortiz. Red Sox already on top 2-0 as Kevin Youkilis stands in. And takes strike 1. Youkilis at .319, 12 homers and 41 runs batted in. I'll remind you, of course, tomorrow night's game has been changed. The game time will start here at Fenway Park at 6 o'clock, and that's to accommodate everybody who wants to watch Game 7, and there's no doubt we do, Jerry, tomorrow night. Celtics and Lakers from Los Angeles.
6 o'clock start from Fenway, 5 o'clock for the pregame show.
On the ground left side, Reynolds flips backhand his second, and they do get the out there. Umpire at second base, Darrell Cousins saying it The bobble occurred on the transfer. So they do get David Ortiz on the force out. Kind of a backhanded flip from a long way away from Mark Reynolds.
Yeah, you don't usually see this from a third baseman where he's going, at least towards second base, but he's a long way from it, and he still makes that backhanded flip. No chance at all to turn over a double play at first base, even if the second baseman Johnson plays that clean.
So one out, Youkilis at first base, and here's Victor Martinez. Victor at 300, 8 home runs, 35 runs batted in. As he takes strike one. Victor 1 for 4 in the ballgame last night with an RBI and comes into tonight's action with an 8-game hitting streak. Ahead of this, crushing it foul. And it's 0-2 to Victor Martinez.
Martinez also very good success against Lopez in 8 at-bats, 3 hits, and 2 of those 3 hits home runs.
J.D. Drew waits on deck with 1 out still here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 runs in. Victor hits it high in the air to left center field. Real and Young. Real at the wall, able to make the catch on the track to retire Victor Martinez, and Youkilis back to the bag at first. 2 down.
This ball got a little bit of a push from that breeze blowing out toward left field, and Real had to take himself right almost to the monster to make the play on Victor Martinez. Not a strong breeze, but certainly blowing out toward left field.
2 down here in the first inning. Youkilis at first, and here is J.D. Drew. Drew at 278 to start the night. 7 home runs, 35 runs batted in. He had 2 hits here in last night's game, going 2 for 4. Red Sox are 4 games into a 15-game stretch, of course, against National League teams in this interleague slate, and the Red Sox are 3-1 so far. And 5-2 overall in interleague. Swinner is on the ground at second base. Johnson on to first for the out that ends the inning. But a 2-run home run for Dustin Pedroia has the Red Sox on top 2-0. Red Sox on top as Chris Young leads it off for the Diamondbacks. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes strike one from John Lester. Young at 277, 12 home runs, 44 runs batted in. And a half-hearted swing. It's 0-2 as he did go, says Jim Wolf.
Yeah, completely fooled on that cut fastball right there from John Lester.
Riding a 6-game hitting streak coming in, hitting at 381 during that time. 1 for 4 with a run scored last night as he fouls this off. 1-2. A stolen base, team leading 11th theft last night. It's a fly ball out towards left center field. Back goes Cameron. And that ball is going to be off the wall as Cameron plays it, but it's a double for Chris Young. And a good start to the second inning for the Diamondbacks.
And that extends a hitting streak for Chris Young now to 7 games as he gets a Lester fastball right down the middle of the plate and plants it off that left field wall. Played by Mike Cameron, gets it back in, but the leadoff double for Chris Young.
First hit of the night for the Diamondbacks, and now a 7-game hitting streak for Young. Well, he's at second base, nobody out for Miguel Montero. Handled the catching here in last night's game. He is the DH tonight. And a swing and a miss at the fastball at 94. Montero hitting at 429. No home runs and 4 runs batted in. Had surgery to repair torn meniscus in his right knee back on April 15th. Spent a good chunk of time on the DL. So after a great year last year, setting career highs in virtually every offensive category. Had 16 home runs, 59 runs batted in, and played 128 games last year, hitting at 294. To left field, Daniel Nava is over a step or two to make the catch for out number 1. Let's check in with Heidi.
Don, with Daisuke Matsuzaka on the disabled list, Terry Francona announced today who will make the start for him on Friday, and 22-year-old left-handed pitcher Felix Doubront gets the nod for his first major league start. Francona talked today about what they've seen from Doubront at the minor league level.
You know, he's a fun kid to watch this spring. He had poise. Everybody liked his fastball. I mean, he's not the finished product. You know, he's still developing and secondary pitches, but he's got some finish on that fastball. He's not afraid to throw it. Quick to the plate, holds runners. I think it's another one of those where we're excited. You know, we've got a young kid coming that's got a chance to impact our future, but in the meantime, help us win now, and that makes us excited.
Doubront has yet to allow a home run at either AA or AAA this season. Of course, he'll have a tough test as Manny Ramirez makes his return to Fenway on Friday. As for Daisuke, he's feeling great, according to Francona. He threw at about 150 feet today. He may even throw a side session tomorrow. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. A long home run to left field, now to the yard for Justin Upton, his 11th home run of the year. And with that swing of the bat, the Diamondbacks tie the score 2-aside. That was a blast right out of Fenway by Justin Upton.
Well, these Diamondbacks can certainly hit home runs, and Upton the latest. A fastball again that's up about belt high. Looked like middle in. And he knew he had it as soon as he made contact. So did John Lester. He just wanted another baseball.
Now a hard hit ball through the left side by Rusty Real. He's got a single with one out here in the second inning, and the Diamondbacks swinging the bats here in the second inning. So this has happened fast. Double by Chris Young to begin the inning. Montero with a double. Justin Upton with a 2-run home run. And now a single by Real. As Lester tries to grab his bearings here in the second inning, all of a sudden it's a 2-2 game. And here is Chris Snyder. Does the catching tonight. Bats out of the number 9 spot at 219. With 9 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Snyder did not appear in the game last night. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Change up that time from John Lester. Change up and a good one. Kept it down in the zone. Down in the count 1-0, and he throws that off-speed pitch and fools Snyder.
Back to Lester. He goes to second for 1, on to first for 2. Red Sox needed that, and it ends the inning. 2-run home run for Justin Upton has tied this game at 2 aside.
Baseball on Nesson. During the 2010 season, Twin River will donate $100 to the Jimmy Fund for every Red Sox stolen base. Twin River Casino, so much, so close, so rewarding.
Bottom of the second inning back at Fenway Park.
Oh, your names are on TV.
Congratulations.
Peter and Kerry.
2-2 game, bottom of the second inning, bottom third of the Red Sox order. Beltre, Cameron, and Nava to face Rodrigo Lopez, who gave up 2 runs in the first on a 2-run home run by Dustin Pedroia. But the Diamondbacks have come right back with a 2-run home run by Justin Upton. Now Beltre lines this to left and promptly off the scoreboard. Quickly played by Real. Breaks thrown on by Beltre, and he'll retreat to first. He hit it so hard, it's only good for a single.
No shortage of offense here in the first couple of innings. Beltre with an absolute rocket off the W.B. Mason sign, and that's going to hold him at first base for the long single. Any of the ballpark, you're talking about a double, but not here at Fenway Park. Bounces off that ball, and Beltre has to put the brakes on right about there. It's almost like putting the flaps down, too, on an airplane, the way he had to make himself stop.
You're right, though. I mean, he runs out everything absolutely full bore.
He sure does.
Beltre at first for Mike Cameron. Hits a fly ball out towards left center field. Real moving over to make the catch right in front of Young for the first out. Well, Beltre with that base hit. Now his 6-game hitting streak, hitting at .409. Daniel Nava coming up, getting a nice hand from the crowd. Enjoying his weekend, of course, here at Fenway Park. 364 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. The home run he'll never forget. Grand slam. First pitch in the major leagues. This one fouled off. You often hear from third base coaches, you hope that the runner goes as hard as he can, so then you can then tell them what to do. And certainly you get that from Beltre every time as a third base coach.
Well, that's part of being, a third base coach, knowing the speed of your runners, knowing how hard they go around the bases. It helps make your decisions down there a lot easier, especially when you got a guy like Beltre who goes hard all the time.
It's really hard for us to make much of a judgment back in spring training when we started talking about Beltre, just because we had seen so little of him out on the West Coast in Seattle. Really, he was a good defensive third baseman. You saw the 48 home runs he hit one year with the Dodgers. But he has been fun to watch so far and settling into his Red Sox uniform. 333 average to start the day. The one area you would like to have him stop doing is taking out outfielders at the moment. But other than that, everything's been great.
And he goes after ribs. He's very big on going after ribs.
A single for Beltre to begin the inning. Cameron flies out to left. It's a 2-1 to Daniel Nava. Goes to check, and Beltre back to the bag.
You see collisions like that in baseball, but on NFL Sundays, how many collisions do you see like that almost every single play? I imagine their ribs are a little sore after games, too.
There goes Beltre. Nava swings, and it's a fly ball to center. Young is there to make the catch, and Beltre will have to retreat to first with now 2 down in the inning.
You look like the Red Sox there may have been playing a little bit of hit and run. Beltre really not a stolen base threat. The count went to 2-1, and Nava swinging at that pitch and flying out to center field. So I think the hit and run play may have been on this particular pitch. Beltre taking a peek back, sees the fly ball, and then retreats back to first base.
Two down, Beltre at first base. Marco Scudero is single to center field first time up as he takes ball 1 away. Mentioned out of the lineup last night, receiving a nerve root injection in his neck on Monday. And kind of playing through the pain, but playing through the pain extremely well. 5-game hitting streak, .421 batting average during that time. doing what he can to stay in the lineup every day. Eighth hardest American League player to strike out, too, is Marco Scutaro. One strikeout for 11.46 plate appearances. Takes the 1-0 for ball 2, 2-0. Leadoff single by Adrian Beltre. Begin things here in the second inning. Since then, 2 flyouts. And there for strike 1, 2-1. Scutaro now, Pedroia next as the Red Sox bat here in the second inning. Oh, strike 2, 2-2. We look back over the years in Baltimore for Rodrigo Lopez. A 15-game winner back in 2002. That was the year that he was 4-0 against the Red Sox, but he was 15-9 with a 3.57 ERA. Won 15 games for the Orioles in 05. Was 15-12, and never did get into double figures after that. Started in San Diego one season, then Baltimore from 2002 through 2006. Stops in Colorado, Philadelphia, in the minor leagues for the Atlanta Braves. And last year with Philadelphia, 3-1 in 7 appearances, 5 starts, a 5.70 ERA. Down the right field line, on the run is Upton towards the pole, and that ball is a foul ball, just out of his reach and short of the pole.
And just about no foul territory down that right field line. This ball slicing off the bat of the right-hander, continues to slice, and into foul territory. Not missing the pesky pole by very much, maybe about 10 feet.
Beltre at first, 2 down here in the second inning. There goes Beltre as Scutaro fouls off another to the right.
2-2 count, pretty good count to go on if you're a base stealer, because that's the pitch that the pitcher wants to put the hitter away on. He wants to throw him something nasty there. He doesn't want to go to 3-2.
One of the games that you missed last year, Kevin Kennedy filled in, the former manager of the Red Sox, and he said that he preferred to run on 2-2.
He ran 2-2 all the time, almost all the time.
This one fouled off to the right end for the reason you just explained.
I guess you'd have to ask him, but that's the reason.
That's what you would do.
Yeah, because in that particular count, you're looking at a guy that doesn't want to go 3-2 on a hitter. He's probably going to throw, something nasty that, it could be a breaking ball, possibly, So it's a pitch you think that it's a good one to go on. They're not going to pitch out, obviously, on a 2-2 count.
You think so often as the action count of being 2-1, but he was quite clear that 2-2 is more comfortable for him.
Now, 2-1 also is the action count, because you're not going to be pitching out 2-1 either. And a lot of times that's a good pitch to put a hit and run on. You feel like you're going to get a strike in that situation because they don't want to go 3-1 on you. So both pitches are good. But 2-2 better for stealing.
Beltre off on the 2-2. Is grounded off of Rodriguez, but they could recover and do. As coming from second base was Johnson to make the play. It's 2-2 at the end of 2 from Fenway. Johnson flying out to center field first time up. It was Johnson, Abreu, and Reynolds to face Lester, who's at 32 pitches, working to the first batter here in the third inning. Breaking ball fouled off to the left and out of play. Well, for Lester at home at Fenway Park this year, 4-1 with a 3.02 earned run average. On the road, 3-1. There is strike three, and it makes quick work of Kelly Johnson. It's the first K for John Lester of his outing.
Cut fastball doing the honors for John Lester. Throws it at Kelly Johnson. A little bit of give from Johnson, and the ball right over the middle of the plate.
So there is K number one for Johnny. So he gets ready to deal with Tony Abreu.
I've never heard anybody call him Johnny.
I do. Swing and a miss.
You call him Johnny?
I call him Johnny. Every time I see John Lester, I say, "What's up, Johnny?" Broken back rounder up the middle. Scudero to his left. In time, 2 down. So he only gets John from you, or?
Yeah, John.
That's it.
Yeah, John. You drop into Johnny.
I drop the Johnny on him. I feel comfortable with him.
Well, I feel too. But I think I go by his name. I don't know if I've never heard anybody else but you call him Johnny.
2 down here in the third inning. Again, tomorrow night start. If you're coming to Fenway Park or planning to watch on Nesson, of course, it will start at 6 p.m. The game time change here tomorrow night. Of course, Game 7 of the NBA Finals going on the left coast. And everybody's going to want to see both. The final game of this series and, of course, Game 7 of that series. So a 6 o'clock start time at Fenway Park.
I couldn't even watch last night. By the time our game was finished, it was a pretty good-sized lead. So by the time I got home, my wife was watching upstairs, and, the game was basically over. So I didn't even bother going up to watch. I can't stand to see Celtics lose out there in La La Land.
Painful.
All those phonies, sitting in the first couple of rows with their facelifts and breast augmentations and all that stuff. I just can't take it. It just drives me crazy.
There's ball 2, 2-2.
Saturday Night Live fame. Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg, who does not appear to have had any augmentation.
Yeah, you never know.
Mark Reynolds strikes out. It's 2-2. Pedroia, David Ortiz, Kevin Youkilis to face Rodrigo Lopez. And there's ball 1-2. Pedroia hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. Time put the Red Sox on top 2-0. Arizona getting a 2-run shot from Justin Upton to tie the game 2-2. This is headed out towards left center field and in for a base hit. Pedroia continues to be on fire. 2 for 2.
Doing more on defense is brought to you by Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot. And back in the first inning, Dustin Pedroia making a fine defensive play, going to his backhand. Doing more on defense, the Home Depot.
Little defense, little offense. Pedroia is doing it all. And as his 6-game hitting streak down 545. Lead single here in the third for David Ortiz. Outfield set up out straight away, although Real in left is well off the line in left. Young straight away in center, and Upton straight away in right. Shift on to the infield. There goes Pedroia. Gonna stumble out of the gate. The throw is not going to be in time. Not sure it was a stumble. It just looked like his legs were moving, but he wasn't going anywhere there for a second in the beginning.
Sometimes a little soft around for first base, and you can see there was a little stumble by Pedroia, but still not even close at second base. You can get a great jump off Lopez. Lopez is very slow to home plate.
Ball 2-1 to Big Papi. Walked in the first inning. The only free pass served up by Rodrigo Lopez. Outside, ball 3. There's ball 4. Second time Ortiz has walked. First 2 reach for the Red Sox here in the third inning. So 2 on, nobody out. And Kevin Youkilis coming up. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, 0 for 1. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. The Phillies are out to a fast start tonight against New York. They've got a 6-1 advantage over the Yankees in the third inning. While Tampa Bay and Atlanta are scoreless in the third from Turner Field in Atlanta. Red Sox starting the day 4 games back, both of the Yankees and the Rays. There is strike 2, and it's 0-2. Last night, while the Red Sox were winning, the 0-2 pitch is sliced foul off to the right back and out of play.
Covidien, the global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities.
Well, the Red Sox won last night. They couldn't gain any ground on either the Rays or the Yankees. The Yankees beating the Phillies. And after a lengthy rain delay in Atlanta last night, the Rays were able to win there as well. So Boston still 4 games back. 50 pitches for Rodrigo Lopez. 2 on, nobody out, and a jam here in the third. Youkilis with a swing and a miss. He got him. First strikeout for Rodrigo Lopez. Needed that. 1 down.
Yeah, Lopez goes to the changeup to get Kevin Youkilis. Changeup on the outside part of the plate.
One down, 2 on. And Victor Martinez coming up. A fly ball out to left field onto the warning track. A ball that was caught by Rusty Real out there on the dirt of the track. Well, this has been an interesting relationship to watch over the course of the year. Terry Francona and DeMarlo Hale. As this is driven to deep center field for Victor Martinez. Young back at the wall. Leaps and makes the catch in center field. What a catch out there by Chris Young. Up against the wall, and it's like the wall got the better of it, but he holds on to the baseball.
He takes a peek, see how much room he got. He times his leap perfectly, and in unfamiliar territory for Chris Young, makes a tremendous play up against and over the padding in center field. Lopez loves it.
Great catch out there. 2 down in the inning. First and second for J.D. Drew now. And Lopez an out away of getting out of this jam. The first true reach with nobody out. Very started to say about DeMarlo Hale and Terry Francona. You know, all the years that Terry was with Brad Mills back in college, throughout the years in the minors, in the majors. Had to wonder how it was going to work this year, the new bench coach. And Terry Francona could not be happier with what DeMarlo Hale has provided as a bench coach.
Yeah, he has been openly talking about DeMarlo Hale, about what a tremendous job he's done and the adjustment he's made to becoming a bench coach for a long, long time. And you know, it's a different era that he has right now. He's been with Brad Mills for so long, and they were so close. But DeMarlo Hale has really stepped in, and Tito says there's no question he's going to be a manager someday, and he says he hopes sooner than later.
Drew out towards left center field. Young going back. Not going to get this. It's off the wall. From second comes Pedroia to score. Red Sox will take a 3-2 lead. J.D. Drew drives in the go-ahead run. Well,
J.D. continues to do well against National League teams. He gets that slider from Lopez and plants it off the left field scoreboard. I should say left field wall. Backhanded out there by Chris Young, and second and third, Red Sox have the 3-2 lead.
Two down, Ortiz at third, Drew at second, Adrian Beltre the batter. He singled in the second inning. Broken bat, soft grounder. Coming from third is Reynolds, barehanded. The throw's not going to get there in time, and a run will score. Nick Poppy is in the back door from third, and the Red Sox lead it 4-2.
Only option that Reynolds had was to make that play with the bare hand, but when you make the play with the bare hand, sometimes it's very difficult to get an accurate throw off. And that's exactly what happens here. He comes in, and that ball just sails off that first base bag. So Beltre picks up the base hit, drives in a run. 4-2, Red Sox lead.
If you're looking for an inning to avoid against the Red Sox, it is the third inning. Red Sox have scored 56 runs in the third inning. This is where they do the bulk of their damage. And so far, it has been a 2-run third inning tonight as Mike Cameron takes ball one away. Last 6 games, they've scored 35 runs in the first 3 innings. Scoring early and often. Cameron hooks it foul into the seats. outside, ball 2, 2-1. Next pitch for Rodrigo Lopez will be the 60th of his outing. He's got 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Bluff to 3rd, a look to 1st, and doesn't throw to either location. Popped up into shallow left as Rusty Real is there to make the catch. That ends the inning, but the Red Sox had 2 runs and take a 4-2 lead through 3 innings from Fenway Park. Top as it is 4, 5, and 6 for the Diamondbacks. Adam LaRoche leading it off, hitting it a high drive to right field, but J.D. Drew is back there with room and makes the catch for the first out of the 4th inning.
Coming up tomorrow night at 5, it's Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe Red Sox Game Day Live with TC, Peter Gammons, and Dennis Eckersley. It's an early start time from Fenway, so Boston fans can enjoy the series finale between the Sox and Diamondbacks, as well as Game 7 between the Celtics and Lakers. Will Dan Herron remain a D-back all of 2010? Peter explains, plus a look back at Manny Ramirez's career in Boston. It's all coming up tomorrow night at 5 before the early ball game start at 6, only on NESN.
One down for Chris Young, who doubled in the 2nd inning. This is not a conversation we have had yet. Manny Ramirez is looming. The Dodgers are looming. And as soon as we saw the schedule, most, I think, thought, well, you look at the track record of Manny Ramirez over the years, chances are whenever there's a situation that Manny does not want to be in or be part of, sometimes an injury can crop up. Do you feel an injury will crop up in the next 48 hours before Friday night for Manny Ramirez?
Well, he still has time. He played in a game last night and did very well, hit a home run in the ball game. He can always DH here at Fenway Park if need be. I certainly hope he remains healthy for the weekend series.
So you're not predicting some sort of all of a sudden hamstring?
When it comes to predicting what might happen with Manny, you know that you cannot predict.
Absolutely true. 2 to Young is down and in, and it is 2-2. Young hit a double in the second inning, came around to score on the 2-run home run by Justin Upton. For Upton, his 11th home run of the year. And at the time, tied the score 2-2. The Red Sox get a pair. In the bottom of the third inning, it's 4-2 Boston. Ball 4. There's the first walk given up by John Lester of the night. Breaks up a string of 5 in a row retired by the left-hander. Lester walked only 1 in his 6-inning effort last time out with 8 strikeouts. So far tonight, 2 Ks. 1 out, 1 on for Miguel Montero. This will be pitch number 50 of the night for John Lester. And it's to right field, falling fast and in for a base hit. Young will take second on the single for Montero. And the Diamondbacks have something going with 1 away here in the 4th inning.
Now the walk followed by the base hit by Montero on a cut fastball from John Lester. Leaves it out over the plate, and Montero pulling it in front of J.D. Drew for the base hit.
One out, 2 on. Justin Upton with a 2-run home run in the second as Lester spirals off the backside, bluffing. Upton is 22 years old. He will turn 23 in August. All-star for the first time last year. So he takes ball 1. Into 26 home runs last year, 86 RBIs, and hit an even 300. Outside ball 2, 2-0. Rusty Real waits on deck as Lester misses again, 3-0. Close, ball 4. And this will load the bases. Second walk of the inning for Lester. And John Farrell making his way out to the mound. Bases loaded now for Arizona.
The excellence, passion, and tradition of top-flight European soccer comes to Fenway Park on July 21st at 8 p.m. as Powerhouse's Celtic Football Club of the Scottish Premier League and Sporting Club de Portugal from the Portuguese Liga descend upon Fenway from the Fenway Football Challenge. Tickets will go on sale to the general public beginning at noon on Tuesday, June 22nd. Visit tickets.com/football at Fenway for more information.
John Lester got Adam LaRoche to fly out to right field to begin the inning. And a walk of Chris Young, a single for Miguel Montero. Now a walk for Justin Upton, and the bases are loaded for the Diamondbacks with 1 out for Rusty Real. He singled to left field in the second inning. Strike one from Lester. John Lester tonight looking for his 50th win of his career. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Takes a little bit off that time with the changeup at 87 miles an hour. Keeping it down and away from Real.
It's not been a huge strikeout night so far, 2 Ks. But ahead here, 0-2. They're going up, but Real not chasing. 94, 1-2. Two and two. Most walks in any outing in this season for Lester is 5. He did that to win against Tampa Bay at Tampa Bay. He has walked 2 tonight, and both in this 4th inning. Swing and a miss. Needed that. It's the 3rd strikeout of the night for Lester. 2 down.
Once again, the changeup from John Lester becoming a very important pitch for him with the bases loaded. A couple of that at bat to Real. A big strikeout for Lester with 3 men on base.
Two down, bases loaded for Chris Snyder. Had the misfortune of grounding into a 1-6-3 double play back in the 2nd inning. Down and in, sprawling play, nicely done by Victor Martinez.
Victor Martinez knocking that ball down with his glove and turns around, and there it is, right behind him. No chance for advancement from third base.
Swing and a miss. Changeup has been very effective for Lester in this inning.
Changeup again, as you can see, down and away this time. Big swing, no contact.
Lester having to work hard in this 4th inning. He's walked a couple in the inning, and pitch count up to 62. With Young at 3rd, Montero at 2nd, Upton at 1st, 2 down here in the 4th inning. It's a 2-run Red Sox lead right now. And a foul tip. It's 2-2.
Once again, the changeup from John Lester.
Two pitch to Chris Snyder. In the air to left center field. Very playable. Over is Cameron to make the catch that ends the inning, and Lester is out of the jam. 3.5 in the books. Red Sox lead it 4-2.
Find the showroom at frankweb.com.
Four to 2, Red Sox on top of the Diamondbacks. It's on to the bottom of the fourth inning. Cloud-covered Fenway, but so far precipitation-free. Daniel Nava leads it off here in the fourth. It's his second look at Rodrigo Lopez. Nava flied out to the center fielder Chris Young in the second inning, 0 for 1. Fouls it off himself and evens the count at 1-1. The glove of LaRoche, and he won't have time to recover. Sinking liner, he glances off the glove, and Nava reaches.
That's certainly a playable ball for LaRoche, who's a very good first baseman, but for some reason it doesn't get the ball caught in his glove. It just deflects off the webbing of the glove. Let's see how that's ruled.
It is under consideration as we speak. No ruling yet. It is a base hit for Daniel Nava. Marco Scudero in on the right side. And ball one outside. Again, tomorrow night's game starts at 6 o'clock. Final game of this series, originally scheduled for 7:10, but because of the NBA Finals going on tomorrow night, the West Coast game will start here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. This one is lined just out of the reach of Kelly Johnson into center field. Up to second goes Nava. It's a base hit for Scudero, his second of the night. And the first two have reached for the Red Sox here in the fourth inning.
Now 2 more hits for Scudero against Rodrigo Lopez. A flat slider that time that stayed out over the plate and just up over the head of Kelly Johnson for the base hit. That's 8 hits now in his career off Rodrigo Lopez for Scudero.
Two on, nobody out. Dustin Pedroia 2 for 2 in tonight's contest. As he takes strike one. Pedroia with a double, or rather a 2-run home run back in the first inning. His 9th home run of the year. Single and scored in the third. Also a stolen base in tonight's contest. Ball one. Just outside, 2-1. With the home run in the first inning, Pedroia now 9 home runs on the season. Pops it up, foul ground. Mark Reynolds, the third baseman, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
The top performer of the game is brought to you by Jaguar, and so far in this game, it's Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia with a fine defensive play back in the first inning. Also picked up a stolen base after a little stumble at first base. And, of course, his 9th home run of the season back in the first inning to give the Red Sox their first 2 runs.
Retired for the first time tonight is Dustin Pedroia. 1 out here in the 4th inning, 2 on. And here's David Ortiz. David has walked twice, once in the first, once in the third. Outside, Snyder popping up like he was going to throw it someplace, did not, but caught the attention of Daniel Nava at second base, who is quickly back to the bag. Ortiz enjoys interleague play, .312 in his career. Chops it foul, down 1-2. Nava at second base, Scudero at first base. Great look from the wall. Ortiz lifts it out towards the wall. Real in the corner will run and make the catch. Nice grab right in front of the 310 marker. Nava's got to get back. He had rounded third and is going to turn into a very long double play. As Daniel Nava learns Fenway Park. Into the corner went Real to make a great catch and turn it into an inning-ending double play. 4-2 Red Sox.
Youth baseball programs. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today on the web at redsox.com/Monster Mash or by calling 617-226-6002.
5th inning, 4-2. Red Sox on top. John Lester. His 66th pitch of his outing is up top for ball 2. Ran into some control problems in the 4th inning as he walked 2 Diamondbacks. Only 2 walks he's allowed in his outing. Chris Young and Justin Upton, the recipients of those walks, as Falls behind 3-0 to Kelly Johnson to begin the 5th inning.
Well, Daniel Nava either forgot how many outs there were last inning or misread that ball in the left field line. Thought it was going to drop in. One of the two.
Here's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Kelly Johnson. 3rd walk given up by Lester.
Ball slicing away. You see how far that the left fielder has to go to make that play. I think Nava probably thought that ball was going to drop in, and instead he's going to be doubled up at second base. It looked more like he thought it was going to drop in, and he forgot how many outs there were.
Yeah, because he kept looking out in that direction as he was running.
Yeah.
Lester falling behind. That's 5 straight balls to begin the 5th inning. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. It's been a very comfortable night here at Fenway Park. Red Sox and Diamondbacks in the middle game of the 3-game series. Pitch 70 for Lester of his outing. And there's ball 2. All of a sudden, something has come out of whack here for John Lester. 2 walks in the 4th, a walk to begin this inning, and behind 2-0. The pitching line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. 70 total pitches, 38 strikes. And there is a strike. 2-1 now to Abreu. Tried to hold up, did he? Yes, according to Jim Wolf, first base umpire. I don't know.
I think he held up, Don.
I never do, though. Popped up into shallow right. Out is Pedroia, in is Drew. JD takes over and handles out number 1. It's time for a game break, and Tom Caron, TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Here at Fenway Park, Boston on top 4-2 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. 1 out in the 5th. Leadoff walk for Kelly Johnson. A fly out to right for Tony Abreu. And it takes us to Mark Reynolds, the 3rd baseman for the Diamondbacks. Broken bat, liner caught by Scudero. It's short. He lays it out and makes the grab for out number 2.
Well, terrific jump on contact by Scudero in the infield. As soon as contact was made and that bat breaks, Scudero's heading to his right and dives, lays it out, and makes the play. They pick up the 2nd out of the inning. Nice play by Scudero. Both Dustin Pedroia and Marco Scudero with fine defensive plays in this ball game around the middle of that infield.
Red Sox defense slowly has been moving up the charts as the Red Sox right now are 4th in club fielding. Minnesota Twins leading the American League in that category. Yankees, Blue Jays, then Red Sox. In fielding percentage, Adam LaRoche stands in and takes strike 1. Of course, a lot of the beginning of the year, the Red Sox were near the bottom after a very slow start defensively. As they have played better baseball, the defense has also improved along the way. Ball and a strike to LaRoche. Ball 2-2-1. Lester's had one 1-2-3 inning. That was the third inning. And he was dealing with the top of the Diamondbacks order: Johnson, Abreu, and Reynolds. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Otherwise, Diamondbacks have had base runners in every inning. They've stranded 4 through the first 4. LaRoche now 30 years of age. Broke in with the Atlanta Braves, time in Pittsburgh for 3 years, 6 games in Boston, then back to Atlanta. And now in Arizona. In the 6 games he played with the Red Sox, had a home run and 3 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, goes around, strikes out. Lester picks a good time for his 4th K. Halfway through this one, it's 4-2 Red Sox.
Fist pump and head bob to your favorite Weezer hits Thursday, July 15th at 8 o'clock. Don't miss your chance to get tickets at mgm@foxwoods.com or by calling 866-MGM-0609.
4-2 Red Sox on top of the Diamondbacks. Last half of the 5th inning. It is Youkilis, Martinez, and Drew to face Rodrigo Lopez. It's low and away for ball 1, 1-1. Youkilis has reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning and struck out swinging in the third. He is 0 for 2. Fouled off to the right now to play. Still 1-2. Pitching line is brought to you by Lexus. Rodrigo Lopez. 4+ innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out a batter, 77 pitches deep. Gave up a 2-run home run to Dustin Pedroia in the first inning. Now 2 runs in the third inning. Euclid now lifts a fly ball to shallow right, bringing Justin Upton in for the first out of the 5th. So 1 down, Victor Martinez coming up. Victor has flied out to the warning track in left field, flied out to the warning track in center field. There's nothing to show for it, 0 for 2. The Red Sox tonight with 8 hits in the game as they bat here with 1 out in the 5th. Red Sox currently leading the majors in hits with 639. Leading doubles with 165. And batting a major league best 313. In 15 games beginning on the 30th of May. June has been fantastic for the Red Sox. Fly ball to left field. Real going back onto the track. 3rd time. Victor Martinez has flied out to the warning track tonight, but has nothing to show for it. 2 down. Let's check in with Heidi.
Well, Don, you think about sibling rivalry growing up. Well, the Drew brothers still have that friendly competition going with JD's brother Steven in the opposite dugout tonight. In fact, JD seems to take it up a notch when he's facing his brother's team with a .383 average. I asked him about it after the game last night.
Competition between brothers, I guess. It's just one of them things. Just get a couple good pitches to hit. More than anything, really enjoy get a chance to watch him play. I don't get to see him very often. He was younger, following me around Florida State. He's been able to watch a lot of my games. I don't get a chance to see many of his, so it's nice to see him on the other side.
Well, it has been interesting for JD, no doubt, the numbers that he's put up against Arizona, and you wonder how much of that has to do with facing his brother on the other side. Of course, Stephen Drew not in the starting lineup tonight for the Diamondbacks. He was last night. Drew turns on this to right field, but out there is Justin Upton to make the catch that ends the inning. 3 fly ball outs for the 1-2-3 inning. We played 5. It's 4-2. Boston on top. John Lester back on the mound for inning number 6. Chris Young has been aboard twice against Lester. He doubled in the second inning, walked in the fourth. So strike one, 1-1. Strike 2, 1-2. Lester didn't walk anybody in the first 3 innings. He has walked 3 batters through the last 2 innings. That's a fastball up, the 1-2. It is up and foul back below us. 94 in the gas from Lester. Got a few of those screaming line drives coming back in our direction last 2 nights.
Yeah, but good thing they're low because they're too hard to catch. Every now and then you get a nice floater up here, but not very often.
Curveball, swing and a miss. Struck him out. It is the 5th strikeout for John Lester. And there's 1 out here in the 6th inning.
Back-to-back strikeouts. A curveball for a strikeout to end the 5th inning. A curveball for a strikeout to start the 6th.
So they'll add a 5th one out there for the first out here, the 6th inning. Late rain starting to fall here at Fenway Park. Miguel Montero has flied out to left and singled to right, 1 for 2 as he takes strike 1. Tried to hold up. I think he went. He did, according to Marvin Hudson. 0-2. Tell me you didn't think he went.
Oh, he did go.
Okay, good. The 0-2. He's outside.
Just trying to be fair and honest.
You never agree with me otherwise. That time you did, but you didn't say anything.
I just didn't feel it was necessary because it was so obvious. I've said enough tonight anyway.
2 is outside, 2-2. I really want to revisit some of the things that were discussed earlier in the game about some of the Lakers fans, but I just don't know how to broach the subject, and I really don't think
A lot of facelifts out there, too. Awful lot of facelifts.
A lot of work has been done. Very close. Lester thought he had strike 3, took a step, but it's ball 3, full count.
Right at the top of the strike zone as John Lester thought he had the 3rd strike.
Fly ball to left field. Daniel Nava makes the catch for the 2nd out, 2 down.
Immediately following the game tonight is WB Mason Extra Innings Live with TC, Peter Gammons, and Dennis Eckersley. They'll break down John Lester's start and bring you post-game reaction from Terry Francona and the clubhouse, plus a look back at Manny Ramirez's career in Boston as the Dodgers come to town Friday. It's all coming up right after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live.
2 outs in the 6th inning for Justin Upton. Then a 2-run shot in the 2nd inning. It supplies the runs that the Diamondbacks have. This one is popped up back at first. Pedroia is out there circling. Now gives way to Drew, who makes the catch. 3 involved. 1 makes the catch. Inning over. 4-2 Red Sox.
for a revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer.
4-2, Red Sox on top of the Diamondbacks. Last half of the 6th inning. Adrian Beltre to lead it off as he takes strike one. Beltre is 2 for 2. Single to left, infield hit to third base, and an RBI. This one, line foul back into the seats, 0-2. Rodrigo Lopez working into the 6th inning. He's now retired 5 batters in a row. He has struck out only 1, walked 2. Trails 4-2. Beltre pops it up. From first comes LaRoche in front of the mound to make the catch. First time Lopez has found a way to retire Beltre. 1 down. From Mike Cameron, 0 for 2. He's flied out twice to the left fielder Rusty Real. Cameron to center field. Young going back quickly to make the catch on a liner. Hit hard, but right out in the direction of Young. 2 down. Whether it's banking, investments, or insurance, Eastern Bank is here to help you and your community win. And for each Red Sox win this month, the Eastern Bank Charitable Foundation will donate $500 to the Boys and Girls Club of Lowell. Two outs in the 6th inning as Daniel Nava makes his way to the plate for the Red Sox, his 3rd plate appearance of the night. To center field, Chris Young going back to make the catch. Swung around and makes the grab of the base of the warning track. It ends the inning. It's a 1-2-3 6th. We're through 6. It's 4-2 Boston. Top of the 7th inning, 4-2, and Lester uncorks one to the backstop to begin the inning to Rusty Real. It's a 4-2 Sox lead. Lester, 93 pitches. Went to work on the landing area after that last delivery. There is action. Daniel Bard up under the watchful eye of Gary Tuck. Swing and a miss, 1-1 to Rusty Real. Chris Snyder, then Kelly Johnson in the 7th. Inside and hit is Real.
The Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you covered, it's how you treated. 5 strikeouts in the ball game tonight for John Lester. Cut fastball doing the honors there. The same thing, cut fastball. Change up outside. Curveball that time for the strikeout. And a curveball again for Lester. And leading off the 7th inning, Real gets hit by the pitch. A second hit batter tonight for John Lester. But Reynolds back in the 1st inning on a similar pitch.
It only hit one batter coming into the game tonight. He's hit 2. And it is the 3rd time tonight that the Diamondbacks have had the lead runner on. As they do here in the 7th inning. Chris Snyder, 0 for 2. He has bounced into a double play, flied out to center field. Bunt bid, and it'll trickle foul. First base, Chris Snyder with a count of 0-2. Lester working from the stretch. And there is strike 3. Snyder knew it, takes with him the 6th K for John Lester, 1 down.
Last 3 strikeouts for John Lester have come on his curveball. That time picking up the outside corner with the breaking ball for the strikeout.
One down in the inning, 1 on, and Kelly Johnson, the top of the order bats, has fly to center, struck out looking, and walked. Lester about to throw his 100th pitch of the night with 1 out in the 7th inning. Johnson flares it foul and trails 0-2 in the count. Kelly Johnson, 28 years old. Last year his 3rd full season with the Atlanta Braves. Hit .325 against lefties. Tonight against this lefty, 0 for 2 with a walk. Swing and a miss. Lester with back-to-back strikeouts, 7 in all, 2 down.
Well, John Lester finding his curveball will be his out pitch here late in the ball game. Another curveball to the left-handed hitter. 2nd time he has struck out Johnson tonight.
So 2 down in the 7th inning. Real still at first base. He had been hit by a pitch to begin this inning. Still there for Tony Abreu. 0 for 3 in the game for Arizona. Strike one to Abreu. Tony Abreu from Puerto Plata of the Dominican Republic, 25 years old. On the ground right side to Pedroia, flips to second for the force out that wraps up the top of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch from Fenway. It's 4-2 Red Sox, and time for a Sports Desk update with Cole Wright.
His novice debut, Remy and Dewey at the Tradition, plays of the week, and much more. Catch the lineup Sunday at noon on the Ultimate Red Sox Show, presented by Arbella Insurance Group. Arbella Insurance, here for good.
Who are they?
I mean, you know, it could be Jerry and Dewey, Rem Dog and Dewey.
Are they Ducks? Who are? Oh, I know who they are.
Yeah.
We head to the bottom of the 7th inning.
A colleague, Jerry.
I didn't write it.
I didn't write it either. I read it.
Well, we look forward to it nevertheless. It's going to be great.
Should be a special show.
Yes, it was a special night. Marco Scudero leads it off here in the 7th inning. This one fouled off to the right, and it's 0-2. Maybe if I read it, it'll change things. On Sunday's Ultimate Red Sox Show, Heidi Watney's lineup includes Nava's debut, Remy and Dewey at the Tradition, plays of the week, and much more. Catch the lineup Sunday at noon on the Ultimate Red Sox Show, presented by Arbella Insurance Group. Arbella Insurance, here for good.
Why don't we just cut out all the first names? Like, you know, on Sunday's Ultimate Red Sox Show, Watney lineup includes Nava's debut, Remy and Evans at the Tradition, plays it. That sounds more like it.
Lopez with an 0-2 pitch to Scudero. In there for strike 3, and Marco is retired for the first out of the 7th inning. Second strikeout for Rodrigo Lopez.
Now, these are somewhat like the games Rodrigo Lopez threw against the Red Sox when he was with the Orioles. keeping his team in the game. 4-2 ball game. Gets a strikeout there and a changeup.
One out in the 7th. Dustin Pedroia takes strike one. Lopez at 95 pitches, working with one out in the 7th. And keeping his team in this game. Red Sox on top by 2 runs. 0-2. Sneaky fast at 91. Pedroia reaches out, lines it to right, and a catch made. Nice catch at that by Justin Upton. And the sinking liner, he went into the slide to make the grab. 2 down.
Now, the outfield's been very busy the last few innings for the Arizona Diamondbacks. The ball left the bat of Pedroia, looked like a base hit, but a lot of ground covered by Justin Upton to make the catch.
Two down for David Ortiz. A walk in the 1st, a walk in the 3rd, flied out in the 4th. And a big, healthy hack for strike one. Up over the average, shy of the high. Inside, ball 2, and it's 2-1. Breaking ball up top for ball 3, 3-1. Lopez just up over 100 pitches. A.J. Hinch, the manager, does not have anybody warming in his bullpen at the moment. Line through the shift into right field, a base hit for Ortiz. Over the plate quickly is Upton. It's a single for Big Papi. Comes with 2 outs in the 7th and breaks up a string of 10 in a row retired by Rodrigo Lopez.
That ball down and in right in the sweet spot for David Ortiz. And I think Lopez fortunate that ball stayed in the ballpark. A line shot through the shift. Ortiz picks up his first hit of the night, 1 for 2.
Two down, Ortiz at first to Youkilis, 0 for 3 as he takes ball 1 away. Youkilis reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, flied out to right in the 5th. Youkilis, high drive to left. Real looking up. Ball gone. 2-run home run for Kevin Youkilis, his 13th. Red Sox lead at 6-2.
Second career home run for Kevin Youkilis against Rodrigo Lopez, and a no-doubter. Over the monster seats for Youkilis. Gets that fastball middle in. And no question about that one. So home runs tonight from Youkilis and Dustin Pedroia, both 2-run home runs.
16th interleague home run for Kevin Youkilis. And a 4-run pad now for Boston as Victor Martinez stands in. It's been a night of frustration really for Victor. He's hit the ball hard 3 times, flying to the warning track in the first inning, flying to the warning track in the third, and then repeating the act in the 5th. All outs, but all in the dirt of the track, in left and in center, as he takes strike 1. First action of the night for Arizona. Right-hander is up as Merling Vazquez. Ball 2, 2-1. So the Red Sox with 2 home runs in the game, a 2-run shot for Dustin Pedroia in the first inning. More recently, a 2-run home run by Kevin Youkilis here in the 7th. After Rodrigo Lopez had retired 10 batters in a row, Ortiz set up the 2-run shot with a single as Martinez takes strike 2. Swing and a miss. Martinez strikes out to end the inning. And Kevin Youkilis has hit a 2-run shot that has given the Red Sox a 6-2 lead from Fenway.
NESN.com/mobile from your smartphone for a handheld look at the news, scores, and live game blogs you expect from NESN. NESN.com/mobile is presented by Bob's Discount Furniture.
Defensive change for the Red Sox as we head to the top half of the 8th inning. Darnell McDonald takes over in left field for Daniel Nava. And the new Red Sox pitcher, as this call to bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers, is Daniel Bard. His 33rd appearance of the year, 1-2 record, 2.41 earned run average, and 64 opponent batting average, and at 33 2/3, got 35 Ks. And his first pitch to Mark Reynolds registers at 97 miles an hour. Reynolds has been hit by a pitch, struck out, and lined out. around, and it's 0-2. Welcome to the slider.
Yeah.
But Daniel Bard.
Good news on the scoreboard, too, Don. Philly still leads them. The Yankees 6-2, and Tampa Bay also losing at this point in the 7th inning, 4-0 to Atlanta. So if all holds true, Red Sox could pick up a game and be 3 back.
One ball, 2 strikes to Reynolds. John Lester tonight going the first 7 innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 3, struck out 7. Chance for his 8th win of the year came in at 7-2. Reynolds strikes out. They elevated, had no chance at 99, 1 down.
That's 2 times that Reynolds has struck out in the game tonight. Gives him a total of 91 in the season, and this fastball up around the letters just blows it by Reynolds.
Eight strikeouts for Red Sox pitching. The first for Bard, 1 down for Adam LaRoche. He was 0 for 3 in the game. He was grounded out, flied out, struck out. It's outside ball 2-0. And Bard worked in last night's game, going an inning. And a shutout inning. Picked up his 14th hold of the year against the Diamondbacks. Falls behind this time 3-0. Seventh time that Bard has worked in back-to-back days. He's held left-handed batters to an .097 batting average. As he pours in strike 1 to Adam LaRoche.
Took a little off the fastball that time at 97. And DeMel loosening in the bullpen.
Coming over for Connor Jackson, the deal made yesterday. 3-1 down the line, a fair ball. Another dive, Youkilis kicks off the boxes to Drew, and he quickly gathers. So a single for LaRoche with 1 out here in the 8th.
Now that's one thing you can do against Daniel Bard. If you get ahead in the count 3-1, you can kind of quicken your swing up. You know you're going to get a fastball on that 3-1 count, and that's exactly what LaRoche does. Drives it right by Kevin Youkilis. Fastball inside.
One out, LaRoche at first base, and Chris Young the batter. Pops it up foul, giving chase his Beltre, but that'll get back into the seats and out of play. Young has doubled, walked, and struck out. Skips in for ball 1. Daniel Bard holding opponents to a 127 mark. In the last 16 outings, 1.62 earned run average. In there for strike 2 over the outside corner, the slider again.
About 3 sliders thrown in this inning by Daniel Bard. That was nasty, picking up the outside corner.
This one misses inside, 2-2. tied for 4th in the American League with 35 relief strikeouts. One out, one on, a 2-2. Young chops it left side. Beltre will go to second for 1, on to first base for 2. Around the horn they go. Double play ends the top of the 8th. The 6-2 Sox after a 7.5.
Blast. Kevin Youkilis with a 2-run home run in the 7th inning. His 13th of the season. Fresh brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Well, it is 6-2. Red Sox on top as we head to the last half of the 8th inning. Sam Demmel into the game for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was traded yesterday for Connor Jackson coming over from the Oakland Athletics. He was pitching AAA Sacramento. These are his numbers in 22 appearances in Sacramento. 2-0 with a 1.26 ERA. As he comes to the Diamondbacks. He was in AA and AAA last year, an A's 3rd-round pick in 07. Beat LA chant from Fenway as we head to the 8th. As J.D. Drew leads it off and takes ball 1. Drew grounded out in the 1st inning, doubled in the 3rd, flied out to right in the 5th. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Ramon Ramirez warming in the pen for Boston. Daniel Bard worked the 8th after John Lester went the first 7 innings of tonight's contest. Strike 2, 1-2. 3rd-round pick for the A's was Sam Demmel back in 2007. Two and two. Right side to second base, Kelly Johnson. One down.
Coming up after the game tonight, it's Granite City Electric Red Sox final with TC, Peter Gammons, and Dennis Eckersley. They'll bring you the interleague roundup and the latest Red Sox clubhouse reaction, plus a preview of John Lockie's start tomorrow after coming off a strong outing against the Phillies. It's all coming up after the game only on NESN.
One out in the 8th inning, and Adrian Beltre coming up. A single in the second, a single in the third to drive in a run. Knocked out in the 6th inning, a 2-for-3 night. Breaking ball for strike one. Rodrigo Lopez worked the first 7 innings tonight. He's on the hook for the Diamondbacks. 10 hits, 6 runs. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Came into tonight's effort with a 2-5 record and hung in there for a while. In one stretch, had retired 10 Red Sox in a row and tried to keep his team close enough to do something offensively. The only problem is they could not, and then he surrendered 2 more runs in the 7th. To right field for Adrian Beltre as Upton has it sized up. There's 2 down. Here's Mike Cameron. He's put the ball in the air 3 times. Flying out twice and lining out. Cameron ducks out of the way of a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. Darnell McDonald waiting on deck, is not batted yet. Took over defensively in left field for Daniel Nava last inning. Strike on the corner, and it's 1-1. The Diamondbacks have lost 11 straight road games. They trail in this game 6-2. As Cameron takes ball 2. They are 26-39 coming in. They have a winning record at home in Arizona, 17-16. But with a loss tonight, they have lost 12 straight away from home and would fall to 9-24 on the road. 2-2 to Mike Cameron.
Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care while at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org.
We'll look at the numbers, and there's some tough numbers if you're A.J. Hinch and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Swing and a miss. Cameron strikes out. Demo in his Diamondbacks debut as a 1-2-3 inning. Red Sox lead at 6-2 as we head for inning number 9. Southwest Airlines. It's 6-2. The Red Sox on top of the Diamondbacks. Miguel Montero to lead it off for Arizona here in the 9th inning, with the Diamondbacks trailing by 4 runs. And it's strike one from the new Red Sox right-hander, Ramon Ramirez. Third arm used by Terry Francona, 28th appearance of the year, with a 5.26 ERA. So we saw Lester for 7, who gives up the 2 runs that Arizona has. Danny Bard goes an inning, a hit, no runs, as Dustin Richardson warms in the pen behind Ramon Ramirez, who starts the 9th. Montero has flied out to left, single to right, flied out to left, 1-for-3 night. In tight, 2-2. Ramon last worked in the Philadelphia Phillies series, going an inning, giving up a run. He's allowed just 1 of 13 inherited runners to score this year. He doesn't have to deal with that as he starts this inning fresh, but he's been very good at it. Ball 4, last thing the Red Sox want here. Leadoff walk for Montero to begin the 9th. Well, we want to remind you to stay with us after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live. Complete post-game coverage is coming your way right after this game. And Montero has prolonged that with a leadoff walk here to begin things in the 9th. Here is Justin Upton. Upton has provided the offense for the Diamondbacks. His 2-run home run back in the 2nd inning off John Lester. At the time, tied the score 2-2. Ball 2-0, and all of a sudden, Applebaum starting to warm. Inside, ball 3, 3-0. Red Sox with a 4-run lead, and Ramirez coming into the game having trouble throwing strikes. There's a strike, 3-1. Another mock cheer at Fenway. There's another one. Full count. Upton laces this to left on a line. It's off the scoreboard. Played by McDonald quickly, and it's going to be a single for Upton as Montero stops at second. And the first 2 have reached here for the Diamondbacks in the 9th.
That's the 2nd time tonight that Upton has really hit the ball hard. That home run back in the 2nd inning. A 2-run shot, now a line shot off the left field wall. Runners will have to hold at first and second. John Farrell will take a visit out to Ramon Ramirez.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Eastern Bank, awarded the highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region by J.D. Power and Associates. It takes teamwork to bring home the trophy. A walk and a single to begin things here in the ninth inning off Ramon Ramirez. 2 on and nobody out. Rusty Real coming up here for the Diamondbacks. His night has consisted of a single in the second, a strikeout swinging in the fourth inning, and he was hit by a John Lester pitch in the seventh. Strike one. 94 on the fastball that time from Ramirez. Montero at second, Upton at first. Nobody out. Fly ball to center field, sending Cameron back to make the catch at the base of the track. Tagging at second is Montero. He'll get to third, but there is one out now in the ninth.
They can swing the bat, get contact, and hope for outs, and that's exactly what happens right there. Fly ball to center field to get that first out here in the ninth inning.
Stephen Drew has made his way off the bench after a start in last night's game. Is going to pinch hit here in tonight's game in the ninth. So it's a .276 average, 4 homers and 26 runs batted in. Bats for Chris Snyder. Grounded into a double play, flied out and struck out, and was tonight's starting catcher for the Diamondbacks. It's ball one. As a pinch hitter, he's 2 for 3. And in his career is 7 for 16 as a pinch hitter. He was 1 for 4 in the ball game last night. Scored a run, had a stolen base. Swing and a miss. Challenged him up at 94. And Drew couldn't catch up. 1-1.
Drew probably helping out a little bit. This ball looked like it might have been up and out of the zone. About let a high.
Kirk Gibson, the bench coach, alongside A.J. Hinch, a manager for the Diamondbacks. As Drew takes strike 2.
Change up that time from Ramirez.
In the dirt, and it is 2-2. Stephen Drew batting with 1 out. Miguel Montero at third base. Justin Upton at first base. Drew pops it up. Shallow left. McDonald coming in and over to make the catch for out number 2. 2 down in the ninth. And here comes Terry Francona with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Tying run would be on deck as he will go get his closer, Jonathan Papelbon. Pitching change from Fenway at 6-2 Sox. It's a 2-run home run back in the first inning to get it started. His 9th of the year. Later on, Kevin Youkilis would hit a 2-run home run of his own. That came in the 7th inning, his 13th of the season. And the Red Sox get 7 strong innings from John Lester. He gives up 2 runs in 7 innings and strikes out 7. It's a 6-2 Red Sox lead. With 2 outs in the 9th inning, 1st and 3rd with the tying run on deck. Papelbon in. The runner at first takes off, and this pitch is fouled off by Kelly Johnson. So it is a save situation for Papelbon, his 25th appearance of the year. His 14 out of 15 in save opportunities and conversions. Total batting average at 191. It is Miguel Montero at third. Justin Upton at first base. 2 outs in the 9th. An 0-1 to Kelly Johnson. Runner leaves as strike 2 is in there, and it's 0-2. Upton takes second on the defensive indifference. 2 pitches, 2 strikes. Papelbon's been all business so far. Pop gets the sign, ready to go. The 0-2 pitch. Popped up, foul, backing out of play, and we'll do it again. 97 on the gas that time from Papelbon.
3 straight fastballs from Papelbon, and this at bat to Johnson.
Papelbon getting his 14th save of the year last night. Trying to get his 15th here. He's ahead 0-2. To left field. Darnell McDonald's got it, and the Red Sox win. Boston takes the first 2 games of this 3-game series, and the Diamondbacks are dealt their 12th consecutive road loss. It just keeps getting worse for Arizona, and the Red Sox continue to roll along. A 6-2 victory. We'll be back with more from Fenway Park after this.